my Hypixel Skyblock Island. It has a lot of work in progress, not finished parts to it. Some parts that just aren't quite done, but I can't keep ignoring the fact that I completely forgot about my goals of finishing the Deep Caverns Island. I mean, I haven't really touched it much since the last episode, and I want to change that. So that's what I'll be doing in today's episode. Hope you enjoyed. Sorry about the not uploading for a whole, has been almost a month of not uploading. It's like been 4 weeks or something. Been doing other things and just not actually uploading for once, which kind of was refreshing. I also kind of went on vacation for a little. But now I'm back to making more videos. So just sit back, relax, just watch me as I build. Once warping to the Dwarven Mines, either through complete warp of fast travel or using the lift operator to travel to the Dwarven Mines. It's pretty massive at first, you'll notice, but there's a lot of things, like, I don't know if I shall be able to fit the whole village with everything unique in it. But there's like the bank, there's like the event guide, there's the entrance of Crystal Hollows, which are kind of the important parts of the village. There's also an NPC room right here with 2 NPCs for pickaxes and stuff, and minion upgrades for tier 12 minions of sorts. Then you got the gemstone area where you can apply gemstones, learn about them and whatnot. But throughout the Dwarven Mines, you just see all these mithril veins everywhere. You'll see some structure sometime that, like, this area is kind of like a big structure, or just small structures. You have lava springs with some scaffolding in place, and lava that flows down a channel or whatnot and into a large forge basin, which actually is a giant, like, forge right here, and then off over here is smaller forges where you actually forge. I think I'll just make one big forge and leave it at that. Rare Parts Quarry is kind of big and open with a wall going through it for some reason. We got the scaffolding, the mithril. And I mean, I could keep going with all of this. We got Far Reserve, which I don't think I need to make, although there are these large minecart tracks, which I will be building. Goblin Burrows, which I think I'll just leave out Goblin Burrows and just make it the Goblin Holdout in the Crystal Hollows. The big ice wall with ice walkers. There are the Royal Mines, which I'll be doing some of that, and some of it might also just be the Mines of Dwarven or something. They have all these little, like, passages and whatnot. Here you get the Aristocrat Passage, which will lead up to the palace, but also it leads you through the rail system of the Dwarven Mines into a smaller place, which for some reason usually has a bunch of macroers at. But it gives you a lot of gold. It'll just lead back here, and you'll find, like, these supported tracks that will go around in places. They have the large amounts of ice and snow above the mist beneath the bridge and on structures, and then you have the mist with the charge creepers that are actually ghosts. They do a decent amount of damage and whatnot, but that's not the point. That's not a thing. They have the Mines of the Gateway of Dwarven's Gateway, just these big statues with, I don't know how to describe it other than they look like lumbar versions of hammers. Like a 2-ended hammer, one on each end of the shaft. They have cliffside veins, which is just like, it just looks like a big 1.18 cave, whatever, just magnified, and then put a bunch of mithril veins in it. Every now and then you get the minecart tracks going, or a little bit of scaffolding at the bottom. And then there's, like, the big bridge that goes to the Royal Palace, whatnot. It's like I might include a small section for the palace, but, like, nowhere near as big as this. That's most of well, I'm basically going to be adding in. Well, I ran out of mana, but the upper mines part, that's just going to be like upper areas on these, like these other areas, like the Refresh Crater and whatnot. When I build those, the upper area on that, I'll just consider that as part of the upper mines because there's not much going on here. I might add a little stack like this or something somewhere, just for like something a little unique and special or whatever for detail. I don't think I'll be able to fit a crane or anything hauling materials. Minecart rails here again, like the big ones with actual transportation of the minecarts with stuff in them. That's basically it. I'm not going to be doing anything like this emblem over here or anything. Nothing too fancy, but that's basically the planning, or the drafting part of the planning for this video. There's a lot of space that's already been used up at the deep caverns itself, but I made sure to leave plenty of space for the Dwarven Mines. I have a plan where over here is a large area. That's going to be the Royal Mines with pillars supporting up the bridge. And then like a wall over here and whatnot. And then they'll have the palace on top. Palace Bridge will go around here. And to get to the Palace Bridge, there'll be a path that goes along here and leads to the Palace Bridge. You walk across the Palace Bridge and you're in the palace. But here is also like cut off and whatnot. And like there'll be like kind of like a hole here, like whatever. Like a big empty cave where I'm thinking I could put like lava springs coming from this end, going here. I'm doing the forge here, and the little forge room itself will be under in here, under the palace, something like that. And this general area will be like the entrance to the Dwarven Mines. Will just be like figuring out the place. It might be like the village here and whatnot. Rampart's Quarry could be through here. Upper Mines could be all around up here. Around over here a little bit. I'm not going to do the Goblin Burrows. I'm just going to combine them with the Goblin Holdout when I build the Crystal Hollow section. But, like, Cliffside Veins could be here. Not much else that I'm missing, really. I have most of it. But I'm thinking around here, I could possibly, like, do the Great Ice Wall or something. And then the Devon's Gateway Bridge that goes over here, and then the Crystal Hollows throughout all this area. The Crystal Hollows will be for another day. I think that's pretty much it, and I'm gonna have like every now and then a minecart rail system transporting minecarts. Ignore the slimes, and whatnot. But I think that's gonna be my design. And in this part here, like you'll be able to go all the way around this mine shaft in a circle. And like I already had an idea for decoration part. There's gonna be a vein of mithril going behind here on the elevator shaft, somewhere around here. Just to add like want to know that you're in the Dwarven Mines. And of course, like this stuff will all get covered up. You won't see this much. So that's my basic plan for this area. What does the sign even say? Wait, I didn't even realize I put a sign here until I started recording. Hi. This is the original outside gradient. That's going to be on the outside of the island for the deep cavern island itself. This is going to be the mithril gradient with the carpets for if I want to do what they did over in the actual Dwarven Mines for lighting. And then here is going to be the Royal Mines gradient. This is going to be for the gold ores and the Royal Mines. These are the exact gradients that are being used in the current Dwarven Mines as it is already. The exact mithril gradient, the exact Royal Mines gradient. I just find it's a nice gradient. I don't really know how to change that, make it look better or worse, or make it my own. So I'm just gonna keep the gradients as they are. And this died like. I was contemplating whether or not to make like the cyan be the entire stone instead of actual stone, but I don't know. I'm thinking just use stone. So for the structures in here, I'm gonna need a lot of regular terracotta. Going to need some granite. Gonna need some smooth stone slabs. Gonna need some stone, of course. I'm gonna need some andesite to do like the forge area, for example, and I'm gonna need a lot of lava. So there's that. And that's basically it. And then that's gonna be most of it will be done in building part 1. I'm pretty sure, or at least much of it. It might be 3 parts or something, maybe, or just 2. And then I'm gonna add more of these on as the floor, like these things for the bottom, underneath, and then we'll take it from there. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. As always, my island is open for anyone for visiting. Anyone can visit. So if anyone wants to visit and see what I'm doing, they can. It's gonna be on my tomato profile, and by the time you probably see this video, I'd already have the Dwarven Mines under construction and underway. So, see ya in the next one. Bye-bye.